Hey guys, it's Monica from Yellow Brick DIY. Please excuse the noise behind me, but I am running my machine today. I just wanted to unbox this adorable Salem Tiered Tray set. I'm opening this box exactly as it comes to you. You have your supply bag with makeup sponges and super glue, all of the paint you need, a little bag with baby wipes in it, and then all of your pieces are bagged individually. So let's start with this stand. Every kit comes with one stand. You'll paint both sides and they just very easily interlock like this, and then you can use that stand on your tray. Now each separate little set I tried to bag up separately for you to make life a little easier. So let's start with this little cat with the skull and candle. In this bag, you're going to find the potion bottles for this and a little bit of wax. These potion bottles are cut separately, so you can go ahead and paint the inside a different color to show liquid, and then the outside I chose to paint mine white. And then when you attach them, you'll just go ahead and put a little bit of glue on the bottle and then a little bit of glue on the inside part, and they just interlock like so. Now there's 3 of them, so just make sure that you have them lined up correctly, because that is a smaller one, this is a larger one, and then you have a more rounded potion as well. The other thing in this bag is a little bit of wax that you'll go ahead and paint and glue right here underneath of this candle. It just gives it the effect of pouring wax. Also in that bag, you have this little pumpkin witch. Now she comes in a few pieces, so you'll paint down here orange, you'll paint up here black, and then the brim of her hat comes in 2 pieces. This little inside piece comes out, so if you'd like to paint that a different color, you can. And there's a little spider there and a little spider web separately that you can just go ahead and glue like so. Now, this book of spells is a labor of love, but I promise you it is worth it because it's so adorable. And I just want to walk you through so you're not as overwhelmed or intimidated by this. Now, this is engraved, so when you're painting over an engraved piece of wood, you're going to take that makeup sponge and you're going to dab it into your paint. Always dab paint off onto another surface before you ever go onto this wood, and that applies for all pieces, but especially when you're painting over an engraved piece. You're going to take that sponge and very lightly dab over top of those words. And you might need 2 coats, that's okay. But as long as you go ahead and don't use too much paint and apply very light pressure, you're going to be able to paint right over that, and those words are going to stay nice and dark with no paint inside. Now, that book goes ahead and lines up right here to the bottom of where you'll see the scored line is for those pages. So you'll go ahead and line that up. This I just ran over with a baby wipe and painted it white. You could also leave it as is because it kind of looks like old distressed book lettering, I think, or book pages. Now you have this little thin L-shaped piece, and you'll see that on this book there is a scored line, making it very easy for this to line up right like so along the edge where that scored line is, okay? Now we're gonna do the lock. This lock goes and slides in right here. Oh, I did it backwards, sorry. The larger end slides in right here. Then you are going to take this little lock, stick it right there next to that. This little half circle goes right here, and this little line goes right here along the scored edge, and that creates a little lock for your book. There's another little piece here that is scored onto the book and lines up right here to keep that illusion going of that thinner piece around the edge. And then you have these little book corners. You'll just go ahead and attach those to each corner of your book, like so. Obviously, I'm not doing this in a perfect manner because I'm holding it up in the air. And then there's just this little skull key that you can stick anywhere you would like, okay? So yes, it is a little consuming. It has a lot of pieces, but I mean, come on, how cute is it? And the scored lines really help. Now, the next thing that also has a lot of pieces is this witch cauldron that has her legs sticking out of it. But have no fear, I will walk you through this as well. Now, you have your backer piece, and you can see again, we have our scored lines. So you don't have to paint anything on the bottom of this. Just go ahead and paint up here green. You're gonna paint this piece black, and that goes right here, okay? Now, this lines up perfectly right here. And you can see that the lines are scored. It's going to tell you exactly where to place that. Now her legs actually fit right here into this scored, or I'm sorry, the cutout lines. So there's no guessing as to where they should go. It's right here. Her fresh brewed potion sign goes right along the edge here. Her shoes are dimensional, making it easier to paint. They go right here on her feet. And then there are a handful of bubbles that you can just place anywhere at all that you would like to make the bubbles dimensional. And that's it. That is super easy because everything lines up like a puzzle piece. Now we have our Salem Broom Company. I went ahead and attached all of the lettering here for you to this piece of painter's tape. Go ahead and paint the letters on the painter's tape. That helps keep everything in place and avoid you from losing any pieces. And then when they're dry, you'll go ahead and glue them onto the sign, and those lines are scored for you. Now, as for the actual sign, you can take your baby wipe and go ahead and rub that along the edge here, along the whole sign, cover up those letters. It doesn't matter. If you get any paint inside of these scored lines, just take a thumbtack and run it through while it's still wet. The paint will come right out. And then you can paint your border any color you choose. And obviously you'll just follow those scored lines and assemble that sign. Last but not least, we have the Salem Flying Lesson sign. Now, same deal. I went ahead and I attached all of the small letters to this painter's tape for you. This is all scored as well for you. And the only tricky part with this sign is her broom sticks right here like a puzzle piece. It slides right in. And then she can just be placed on there to show that she is riding the broom. And then she has some bats that you can attach wherever on that moon. And they're also on the painter's tape. And then you'll just go ahead and glue following the scored lines. And that's it, guys. Oh, this little bat goes for the Salem Broom Company sign as well. That's it, guys. I know it's a lot, but just follow this video step by step. Press pause and replay if you need to. Have fun. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And always, always send me those finished products. I love seeing them. Have a great day, guys.